everybody, Mike Naso here from IPR with the latest on Tropical Storm Ernesto this evening. There you can see it just about to leave northeastern Cuba. It came in just near Guantanamo and it crossed the peninsula, the eastern coast. And since it was so weak in the first place, it didn't really weaken a lot. And there's that upper low inhibiting it a bit, but it's going to come on out and then head generally in the direction of South Florida. And it could potentially become a hurricane again. Here's the latest as of 5 p.m. 40 miles an hour, 1007, very weak. Northwest at 12, that's important. And you can see 21.3, 76.9. And you can see it briefly became a hurricane Saturday. It's been steadily weakening, made landfall on early today, and now it's crossed. The Hurricane Center has it moving straight into the peninsula and then up as a hurricane into South Carolina and then back up into Pennsylvania. Personally, I think it might be a little bit to the right of that and then back up, but we'll wait and see. You got to follow the officials. There's the center. You can see the convection blowing up right over it. It's near the coast. Looking pretty piss poor at this time, but you can see there's still a chance that it will re-intensify once it moves over the very warm waters of the Florida Straits and the Gulf Stream. You can see the hurricane track center right in there, and you can see there is the most of the model guidance is now shifting a little bit west, so the track may have to be shifted a little bit further to the west. So maybe I'm too east, but we'll wait and see. Pretty good wave here in the central Atlantic, little spin down here. This could potentially develop in the next few days, and there's Ernesto. You can see the right edge of it. Behind that wave, there's another couple of waves getting ready to move off Africa. And you can see the upper level wind shear is pretty favorable for Ernesto, and it's only going to become better as it moves up the coast. So strengthening into a rather strong hurricane off the Carolinas is not impossible if it can remain far enough to the east, offshore. You can see if anything wants to develop in central Atlantic, it would have plenty of favorable conditions. So again, we have Ernesto going to move up this direction towards Florida, could become a hurricane, but at this point probably nothing major. And there's another wave moving on off. Watch that one. That could potentially threaten the Lesser Antilles in about, say, a week. Here's Tropical Storm John in the eastern Pacific, 45 miles an hour, moving west-northwest at 8. 1,003 millibars. This is expected to rapidly become a Category 2 hurricane. Could become a major hurricane. I would not all be surprised. And then head on generally parallel to the coast. And you can see the latest satellite imagery starting to tighten up right in there. So it's a small tropical cyclone. It can intensify rather quickly. There's Super Typhoon Ioki still hanging around as a Category 4, 150 miles an hour, gusting to 185, moving west at 11. Forecast to become a 5, and then generally weaken over time, but it's going to remain very powerful. You can see it there looking great. Beautiful outflow. Large cyclone. It's amazing. Once it crossed 180, it immediately got larger and became it is still technically a hurricane, but it looked more hurricane-esque than it does now. Now it looks much more like a typhoon. And it could potentially head in this direction, so these little islands out here in the western Pacific need to keep an eye out. I'm Mike Naso. That's the latest on Tropical Storm Ernesto. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned tonight for special live coverage. Mike Watkins will have Dr. Jeffrey Masters from Weather Underground on with the latest, and the IPR team will be in for the latest on Ernesto.